the ultimate instrument that will make your song sound 300 times better. We need more cowbell, guys. Alright, welcome back, and today I'm going to talk to you about 3 important production tips. So let's start first with the master volume. In Ableton, master volume can be found at the corner of your arrangement view. If you're experiencing any distortion in your song, then just head over to the master volume. If it's showing red, then that means you're going to have some distortion. So it's okay to have the red mark hit a little bit, but you have to make sure that it's not prolonged in the red section, or else you're going to have horrible sound quality. A lot of times, bad distortion or sound quality is going to occur because of too many instruments, or instruments are too loud, or sometimes if it's a low-end instrument, such as an 808 bass, it's going to affect your sound quality a lot. So you have to head over to the master volume and turn it down a little bit, or you can go individually to that bass sound and turn it down. I had a lot of problems with the master volume in my Live Forever song, and that was mostly because I had so many sounds going on at once and a lot of low-end bass. So I actually had to turn down the mastering volume a considerable amount for that specific song. Unfortunately, if you turn down the mastering volume too much, your song is going to sound too quiet in comparison with other songs. So you have to find that sweet spot that's in between where the red just hits a little bit on the bar, but there's not too much distortion and your song isn't too quiet. So make sure to play around with that master volume if you're experiencing some distortion or your song is too quiet. Alright, on to strings. So orchestral strings are one of my favorite fillers for your mix because it provides a lot of sounds in between all your other sounds that provide for a fuller mix and volume. The plugin I use for my orchestral strings is called Sine Player. If you watched my other video about the horns I used on The Things You Hide, then you'll know that for Live Forever I used the Sine Player and its massive array of instruments, so that's how I used both horns and strings in one player. It's completely free for you to download, so if you want to, go ahead and go to Google, search Sine Player, and download it through their website. It's a definite must for some of my songs, and probably for yours too. But also, be careful, because too much strings, especially if they're MIDI strings and not actual playing, can kind of overwhelm your listener. But if you're looking for a nice full sound, then go ahead and do some strings in the lower end of your mix. They can also provide a little bit of change of scenery for your listener if you're going in between bridges or to a new verse. Alright, and now for one of my favorite instruments of all time, the cowbell. So I learned from Brian Tedder that sometimes you need a little ear candy for your listener, and in his case, he was suggesting the cowbell. Now, I don't normally like cowbell, or at least I didn't before, but then I decided, just on a whim, to add it in my song, Live Forever. And honestly, this sounds really cheesy, but it was a transformative effect. It's a little noise that you can just feel in the background of your song. So if you feel like your song is a little bland, try adding cowbell or some other small sound. You can use it to accent your main percussion rhythm or just by itself as an instrument. It's extremely adaptive and works in almost any scenario. So those are 3 of the main elements in Live Forever. Obviously, I'll probably have some more tutorials soon on more in-depth production of Live Forever. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again next week.